everything new. We live new. A brighter path is calling me and you. Week by week, we grow inside with wisdom as our daily guide. A new mind, a journey we will see to become the best of who we're meant to be.
Hi, and welcome to the Renewed Mind Podcast, a space where clarity meets purpose and every thought becomes a step towards a better life. I'm your host, and my name is Tukumba Kongo, and I'm glad you are here. Each episode is designed to help you pause, reflect, and realign your thinking with the values that truly matter. Through simple, meaningful insights, we explore how a renewed mindset can shape the way you live, respond, and grow. So take a moment to set in. Let's dive into today's conversation. When was the last time you looked back and realized you weren't who you used to be? Yeah, not a dramatic transformation, not a before and after photo moment, but a quiet realization that your patience has deepened, your wisdom has expanded, your courage has grown, your capacity to love has widened. That's growth. Yes. That exactly is growth. But here's what I've noticed. Most people never experience it because they are waiting for the perfect moment to become the perfect version of themselves. So most people are waiting for that perfect time to show how their growth process has been. They are waiting until they have the perfect plan, the perfect circumstances, the perfect motivation, the perfect time, so they stay stuck. Meanwhile, the person who just took one small step today and will take another step tomorrow and another step next week, that person is becoming a completely different person. Yes, a completely different person. 1% better every single day compounds into becoming 37 times better in a year. Not 1% total, 37 times better. But we don't believe in small steps. We believe in grand gestures. We believe in overnight transformations. We believe in shortcuts. And that belief is keeping you small. Yes. So today on Renewed Mind, we'll be talking on the word growth. Growth. And the question is, are you willing to trade the fantasy of sudden transformation for the reality of incremental evolution? Now let's define what growth is. The word growth means to flourish, to increase. But here is what's important. Growth is not a destination. Growth is a direction. Take note of that. Growth is a direction. Growth means moving one step closer to becoming the person you are capable of being, not all at once, but consistently, patiently, relentlessly over time. And here's what separates people who grow from people who are stagnated. People who grow embrace progress. People who are stagnated demand perfection. Perfection is a mirage. You will chase it forever and never arrive. But progress is immediate. It's measurable. It's real. Did you get that? The moment you read one page towards your goal, you have made progress. The moment you have one difficult conversation you have been avoiding, you have made progress. The moment you go one day without repeating a destructive habit, you have made progress. Did you get that? So that's how you measure growth. That's not insignificant. That's everything. And here's what neurologists have discovered. Every time you practice something new, your brain literally rewires itself. New neural pathway form. Your capacity expands. You become biologically different. Growth isn't metaphorical. It's physical. It's real. It's scientific. There are some commonly confused words used instead of growth. And let's look at the differences between them. We have growth and perfection. Listen to this. Perfection is static. You either are or you aren't. Growth is dynamic. You are always becoming. Perfection is paralyzing. Growth is liberating. Listen to this. You will never be perfect, but you can always grow. Yeah. So we have growth and comparison. Comparison measures you against others. Growth measures you against who you were. Comparison is demoralizing, but growth is empowering. The only person you should be competing with is yesterday's version of you. The only person you should be competing with is yesterday's version of you. Growth and change. Change is external. Circumstances shift. Growth is internal. You evolve. You can experience change without growth, but you can't experience growth without some form of change. Growth is intentional. Change sometimes just happens. Let's look at the word growth by each letters and say what they mean. We have the first letter as G. It says, get comfortable with discomfort. Growth lives on the edge of what's familiar. If it's comfortable, you are not growing. You are not growing, so get comfortable with discomfort. The letter R means reflect consistently. Growth requires self-awareness. Pause regularly and ask, what am I learning? Who am I becoming? The letter O, observe your progress, not your perfection. Track growth, not flawlessness. Celebrate movement, not destination. The letter W, welcome failure as a teacher. Every failure is data. Every stumble is a stepping stone. Growth isn't about succeeding, it's about learning. Yes, the letter T says, trust the slow process. Overnight success is a myth. Sustainable growth takes time. Trust the compound effect. You have to trust the process. And the letter H says, help others grow. The best way to accelerate your growth is to help someone else grow. Teaching deepens understanding. Do you get that? So you have to also help others grow. And there are steps that you need to practice that can help you grow. The first one is audit your current state. Ask yourself, where am I now? In finances, relationship, health, in career, and be honest with it. Audit yourself. The next step is define your direction. Not a perfect destination, just a direction. I want to grow toward health. I want to grow toward courage. I want to grow towards wisdom. You have to take time to have a direction. The third step is identify one small step, not a leap, one small doable action you can take this week, one conversation, one book chapter, one day without the old habits. Do you understand? You have to do that, one small step. The first step is build it into your routine. Build it into your routine. Attach it to something you already do. Consistency beats intensity. The next step is track your movements. Write it down. Mark it on the calendar. Seeing progress fuels more progress. Do you get that? And the next step is reflect weekly. Every Sunday, ask yourself, how did I grow this week? What did I learn? What will I do differently? And the last step, celebrate the movement. Don't wait for the destination. Celebrate that you showed up, that you tried, that you moved forward. Yes, the invisible work you're doing today, the discipline nobody sees, the small choices nobody acknowledges, the progress that shows up in no metrics, that's the root system of your future. And as our growth work, one day, when the foundation is built, your growth will become visible. And people will marvel at your sudden success. They won't know about the years of invisible work. But you will know, and that knowledge will sustain you through the invisible seasons. And that's how growth works. That's how growth works. And you need to learn this. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. And you need to know that growth is painful, but nothing is as painful as staying stuck. Yes, nothing is as painful as staying stuck. And you need to learn that you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. You have to start to be great. So this week, I want you to have that in mind, that the only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Don't compete with anybody, but the only competition that you have is yourself. The only competition that you have is yourself. I want to say something to you that might change how you see yourself. Listen, you are not broken. You are not failing. You are growing. Maybe it doesn't feel like it. Maybe the progress is so small, you can barely see it. Maybe you are comparing yourself to someone else's year 6 while you are in your year 1. Listen to me and listen good. But trust me, every single step forward matters. Every single step forward matters. The person who reads one page today, tomorrow, and the day after is reading a book every year. That's growth. That's growth. Remember, it's in the small steps that we take. The person who has one difficult conversation, then another, is building a reputation for courage. That's growth. That's growth. The person who fails learns the lesson, adjusts, and tries again, is becoming wise. That's growth. That's how you grow. The world doesn't celebrate invisible work. Yes, but invisible work is what creates visible transformation. Yes, so keep grinding, keep working, keep pushing hard. And this week is my challenge to you. Identify one area for incremental growth this week. Please identify it. Not where you want to be perfect, just one area where you can move forward slightly. Your patience, your health, your growth, your knowledge, your courage, your relationships, your faith, your capacity to love. Pick one, take one step, then take another. Remember that you have to be consistent with it and trust that the oak didn't become mighty in a day, neither will you. But if you are willing to grow invisibly, consistently, patiently, one day you will look back and realize you will become someone you didn't know was possible. And that shows you the power of growth. So take that first step, then the next one, and the next one after. Your future self is waiting to thank you for the growth you are creating right now. Thank you. Thank you, my wife. Thank you for spending this time with me on the Renewed Mind podcast. I hope today's episode gave you something meaningful to carry into your week. Remember, renewal starts first in the mind, with the thoughts you choose and the perspective you embrace. If you found value in today's episode, be sure to follow the podcast and share it with someone who needs it too. And as we close, say this with me, that my mind is renewed, that my steps are aligned, that my life is changing, and I become better. Until next time when I'll come your way, remember, it's about thanking you and living you. Thank you and have a good week.
Start your Monday with a rising flame, a clearer vision, a higher aim. On every platform, hear the call to stand up stronger after every fall. Renewed mind, we think new, we live new, together finding all that's true. A year of growth, a steady climb, a better life.